Hey guys, so I hope you guys are good and well, and the reason why I'm doing this video, let's deviate a bit from talking about the stock market, at least for this video. The reason why I'm saying that is, over the past few hours, over the past few days, there's just so much attention that I've placed towards cryptocurrencies. And if you've been watching the videos naman, even the videos that I created in 2018, I said that I was investing already in cryptocurrencies at that time. But at that time, no, if you would hear me talk about Bitcoin, talk about Ethereum, I would always say that I don't know if it's the currency of the future or it could become nothing at all. That I would just allot a smaller percentage of my portfolio, that if it becomes something, if it becomes good, it becomes well, then I have a portion of my portfolio that has exposure to it. And the thing about that is this, just to allow you to have a backdrop on what's happening. For those who are new to the world of investing, Bitcoin, again, the most pronounced cryptocurrency, the one that's heavily tracked, the one that has the largest market cap, hit close to $20,000 around end of 2017. I was in Taiwan at that time. I remembered I even did a Facebook Live when it was continually pushing up from the $20,000 level. And after that, it started also to crash. It started to drop. We saw it go to as low as the $10,000 mark. Then we saw it go down to 5,000. Then at some point in 2018, we also saw it go as low as $4,000. And from that time, if I remember it properly, it had its moments where it moved up. I think it even went to 10,000. If I remember it properly, it even went to 13. Then we saw it last year, March 2020, drop at the height of the lockdowns and at the height of the pandemic, dropped to somewhere around $3,000. Now, that being said, there's a lot of attention placed towards Bitcoin right now, and I'm sure a lot of you know this because Elon Musk, Tesla, spent $1.5 billion to deploy capital towards Bitcoin. But not just that, the disclosure that they may accept payments to you could buy a Tesla by paying Bitcoin means that they're planning, in my opinion, they're planning to store more of that cryptocurrencies. And please do remember this. I remembered at some point, last year, we were recording a video with Jay Nemesis and Heloise Grief. That was at the end of 2020 already, and Bitcoin was starting to move up already. It was around $15,000, 16, 17, around that point, and it was continually pushing up. At that point, we were already excited just to see it rebound from where it was before and to push up also from the $3,000 level. It was something that was already very, very exciting. But the thing about that is this, there was a turning point, at least on the way I would look at Bitcoin. Because before, it wasn't something that I would primarily look at, that it would be my main focus, that it would be the focal point on where I would deploy attention. Because parang sa akin, stocks pa rin ako eh. Yun yung alam ko eh. Tapos kung magda-diversify man ako, US markets pa rin tayo eh. And then it would just be a very, very small portion of my portfolio. Then suddenly, when it started to surge at the end of 2020, when a lot of those institutions started to buy it at a higher level, then at the point where it started to push above its highest high, then at the point where it went above the $23,000 level, then that's when it became a bit interesting. That's when I had to take a second look. So over the past few weeks, during that period, end of 2020, I started to trade it a bit. I started to put more again. So the way I would handle my cryptocurrencies is, meron talagang wallet. That wallet is, I'm just holding it for a long period of time. And those are the larger market cap na cryptos, from Bitcoin to Ethereum, and then bits and pieces also of XRP, Ripple, which I don't care about the volatility. If it goes up, it goes down, I'm just there to hold. And that has been right there from that period of time. Then, as we saw Bitcoin continually go up, parang my narrative at that time is, sige, trade natin kasi ang lakas nung, hindi lang volatility, pero ang lakas din nung volume. And as you all know, for those who have been watching the videos, gumagana yung technical analysis sa stocks the same way you would treat it also sa Bitcoin. So nagagamit ko siya. And what's interesting about the volatility of Bitcoin is pag bumagsak, because there's a lot of attention, it starts to push up once again. So even when it hit 40 plus thousand a few weeks ago, when it started to go below 30, 28, it became a bit interesting also to buy back again, because people were noticing it as something that was beginning to become bigger than what it was before. So as it hit 28, 29, of course, sa trading, I was pretty much positioned into it. But I would also sell every time I would see it hit certain resistances or nahirapan na siya. I would take profits there also. What's interesting about that though, and what I liked about that entire experience was stocks, Philippine stocks, 9:30 to 1. US markets, you trade it around 10:30 p.m. today as of this period, and then hanggang madaling araw na yun. Bitcoin, you can do it at any point within the day, even during weekends. That's why I had fun, but I was not really treating it yet at the point where it would be a serious part of my portfolio. It would just be there for me to have delta, or it would just be there to have some sort of extra earnings that if it would do well, then the positions for me, especially yung mga linagay ko na 2018, would be something that would be so interesting or would give me a really large gain. And what I realized is this: when the disclosure came out that Tesla would put in 1.5 billion US dollars to buy Bitcoin at whatever level that may be, if that would be at the 30,000, 35,000, I really don't know what level they bought. But here's the richest man in the planet buying it at a high price. So it got me thinking that if they're buying it at this level, they're not buying it below 200, below 1,000, below 5,000, below 10,000. Them buying it at this period speaks volumes of what they believe the future of it may be, because they would not be deploying 1.5 billion US dollars into something that, please remember, Tesla is a car company, is a technology company. They make money by selling cars, and that 1.5 billion US dollars would have been better used building cars. Of course, they have 20 plus billion US dollars in cash by the end of 2020, and that would have been sobrang pera rin naman na kesa natutulog sa bangko. It would have given them a better chance also of earning more. And what's interesting about their disclosure was their intention of buying Bitcoin is not just basically for them to store value, but it was primarily also for them to get a return later on in the future. So it got me thinking, and something clicked that a lot of people are getting into it. And I saw an article, I don't know how confirmed this is or not. You guys can put it in the comment section if it is something that's legitimate or not. But I saw something where Apple was considering to put in 5 billion US dollars worth also for Bitcoin. And investments, assets, real estate, bonds, stocks, cryptos are all supply and demand. Meaning, when there are a certain group of individuals or institutions that start coming in and buying at a certain point, that when they start to buy higher and in large quantities, more buyers bring the prices up. So, over the past few hours, there were thoughts of, dapat pala, noong 2018, nung bumagsak siya, I should have placed more. Dapat pala, noong 2020, March, I should have placed more. Pero what's interesting about that is, hindi ko na rin naman control yun because nakalipas na yun. Hindi ko naman control yung mga bagay na yun because those are things that are above and beyond my control already. But what I can do right now is decide based on the present. And what I'm doing right now and what I did right now is I started also to be more aggressive, not just for trading Bitcoin as a cryptocurrency, not just for trading the fluctuations, but also positioning into it and to hold onto it for a longer period of time. Now, that being said, it's not as early as how a lot of people did it and entered. It's a bit much later. But please do note, I started 2018, but even at 2018, it was already much later than the ones that started 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013. And even now also, if you fast forward, it's still much later already as compared to where everyone started. But here's my narrative. If it goes down, and please do note that no, this is not me telling you to buy or invest in cryptocurrencies. This is just me sharing what I'm going through right now, the things that I have been thinking kung bakit ako napupuyat also lately. And by the way, no, for those following me for Philippine stocks, I don't know, parang it has come to a point na parang yung Philippine stocks, maybe for position trading, maybe for dividend investing, maybe for long-term core blue chip stocks that have great fundamentals, but the attention that has been placed, not just also in US stocks, I've been napupuyat din ako sa mga US stocks na Fiverr, Square, Palantir, but the whole attention that has been happening in cryptocurrencies is what's causing me also to give it a larger look. And yun, this is not me telling you to buy, but this is me saying that tanggap po eh. If I entered and then it dips a bit, I'm gonna treat it right now already as how I look at stocks, especially those long-term stocks that I really like. Larger dips would be an opportunity for me to add some more, and build a position into cryptocurrencies, build a position that it will be a normal part and segment already of my portfolio to build a base on it. Now, what caused me to think that way, as above and beyond institutions coming into it, what I've realized is this: over the past 10 years of it, or the past decade of it being exposed to everyone, what I've noticed is the longer Bitcoin is, the more accepted it becomes, the more people get to, at first people would always think na scam yan, it's just made out of algorithms, programming, ginagamit yan for mga black market activities. Then suddenly the narrative changed, that it became a store of value, that it could be something na detached from US governments, etc. But there's one thing that has been shifting, that the longer Bitcoin is there, the more siya matatanggap ng tao. And the more siya matatanggap ng tao, 15, 20 years down the line, or 5 years down the line from where we are right now, its usage, I think, would be more accepted also. Especially if you would see those larger corporations start to come in and start to accept it. And that's where it becomes interesting. And you know me, I have been saying this also in the previous videos, okay lang sa akin maglagay kasi sobra siya. Kung mag-zero man siya, okay lang din. Tanggap ko. Tanggap ko rin na I wasn't there when it was at $200 per coin. Tanggap ko that when it dropped to 2018, I had the opportunity to add more and more. Tanggap ko din that I should have doubled down at the time when it was declining and sideways. But at this current point, if it goes down, should it go down and there be more volatility, I may add, I may take a position in this. So I could be wrong and Bitcoin may go down, and it could be something that over the long term may not really be good towards my portfolio, that it would have been better if it still stayed in the stock market, if I added more in Philippine and US stocks and Singapore stocks. But I don't know, there's just this sense also of excitement, trying something new, trying something that's different, trying something that I don't know, we have not experienced in a very long period of time. So regardless of how it's seen, digital gold, a hedge against fiat currencies, something that's decentralized, something that allows you to transact 24/7, a store of value, or something that could be the future of how business and digital transactions will be. Regardless of how you see it, I'll just end it with this. I guess my narrative is, I don't want to be a spectator in this. I don't want to be the one that while all of this is happening, I was just at the sidelines, not having exposure. I want to be there front and center, that if it fails, hits my portfolio, I would take a loss. If it continues to push higher, 5, 10, 15 years from now, then the positions that I placed 2018 up to where we are right now, 2021, it is something that I would look back and say that, yes, at the point of uncertainty, at the point where it still wasn't clear and it was a bit early, I was also still able to position. So there, I'm just sharing that because it's so interesting, because when I started investing in stocks, I didn't have a camera like this to share the moment where it suddenly clicked that, oh nga no, I should actually invest in the stock market. So there, I hope this video helps you. Trade well, trade strong, trade smart. Everything about me is in the description below. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.